Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chair Yoga with Therese. Today's practice is going to be a gentle chair yoga class. So for today, you'll need a chair. Make sure it's not on rollers, something sturdy. You'll also have your water. You can put it underneath your chair. And if you happen to have a block, you can have a block with you, or if you have a book or something, if you'd like to put your feet up on top, feel free to do so. As we go through our practice, just remember this is your practice. It's not mine. It's not your neighbor's. So just kind of tune in and, give yourself an opportunity to let go of the day and just be maybe a little bit introspective and just to see what's happening inside and the messages that the body is looking to send you today. So feet can be on or off the block. We're going to be away from the back of the chair and we'll sit up nice and tall. And we'll just start by taking our head. We're going to take our head over to the right and then over to the left. And again, over to the right and over to the left. Maybe notice how the body responds as we're taking that head just from side to side. When the head comes back to center, we're just going to bring that chin to chest and just feel that length on the back of the neck. Lift that chin up to the sky and just open and close the mouth. Closing the mouth will lift the head up. We're going to pick up our hands and we're just going to circle through our wrists. So we're just getting different parts of the body awakened before we go into our centering to begin with. Just a nice big circle around. And then we'll pause the hands. We'll turn palms up, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Then releasing the shoulders, allowing the eyes to close or gazing at the knees. And let's just take some beautiful, big, deep breaths in and out of the body. Feeling the breath come into the belly, into the ribs, into the top of the chest. Exhaling out of the chest, out of the ribs, out of the belly. With each exhalation, just letting go of the day. With each exhalation, your awareness moves closer into the room, onto the chair. And just feeling that breath as it draws in and out. Notice as you inhale and exhale if maybe the breath seems to get caught somewhere. Maybe spend a little bit of extra time over in that area and see if the body lets it go. Softening the forehead, the jaw, the tongue. Next breath, chin will draw towards that chest. We'll lift chin up to the sky. And we'll lower and lift the chin. And up to you how far up you lift that chin to the sky, just as if you're saying yes to life, yes to love, yes to peace. Next time the head comes through center, we're just going to let that right ear come towards that right shoulder. The left hand will come down and just allow it to dangle and notice if that changes the stretch. And then that left shoulder, circle around in one direction. And then we'll circle it in the other. We can pause the shoulder. We'll turn the hand back up onto the thigh, lifting the head up. And then we'll let it go over to the other side and just pause it there for a moment or two. Again, just checking in with how the right side of the neck feels. And then that right hand can just kind of dangle down for maybe a breath or two. And then we can circle that shoulder in one direction. And then we'll circle in the other direction. We'll pause, turn that palm up, lift the head. Hands will come down and we'll circle through the wrists. We'll circle in the other direction. Then we'll bring the hands back onto the thighs. We'll turn our head over to the right and let the chin drop down towards that right shoulder. Head will lift up and through center, take it over to the other side, and we can drop that chin towards that shoulder. Head will lift up through center. Robin, we're going to take our fingers and put them on top of our shoulders. Elbows will draw towards one another. Lift up as high as you can with them close together and then circle around. So imagine you have pencils on the end of your elbows and you're drawing nice big circles all the way around. The next time the elbows draw towards one another, we're going to reverse that direction. So we'll go down, up, back, and around. Following the breath. Next time elbows come down, we'll release the hands. We're going to roll those shoulders up, back, and down. We'll circle in the other direction. And then releasing the shoulders, we're going to take a nice inhale, and we're actually going to exhale out of our mouth when we let go. So we're going to inhale, we're going to bring those shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale. Inhale, lift up, maybe make a fist with the hands or open the fingers. And again, inhale, squeeze, and exhale. This next one, inhale, lift, squeeze, maybe squeeze your face, wrinkle your nose, take in a little bit more air, and roll the shoulders up, back, and down. The hands are going to make their way onto the thighs, cat-cow curl, nice inhale. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. We're going to round, gaze at the belly button, and lift up, open heart to sky. And round. And lift. Maybe noticing how the vertebrae move within the spine, getting a little bit more suppleness. Once more. When we come through center, if you're on your block, you can take your feet off and just put it underneath the chair. We'll bring our feet about hip distance apart. And we're just going to take our right hand and we're going to put it on the outside of our, take our left hand and put it on the outside of our right leg. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to slide down a nice little twist. And you're going to see if you can reach that ankle. Or just go as far, maybe just getting to the calf. And then we'll come all the way back up. And we'll try that on the other side. Palm is going to be facing towards the wall. And you're just going to slide that arm down your leg, a nice little twist. And we'll lift back up again. We're going to do that again over on the other side. Left hand, slide down. Maybe you went a little bit further. Maybe open up your chest towards that right wall. So again, just being kind and gentle today. Breath is still going to be smooth. And then we'll go ahead and come all the way up. And then again, over to the other side. We're going to slide that arm down. After a breath or two, then maybe opening up that chest. Then we can unwind through center. A couple of cat and cow curls. We'll round the back and arch and round. So a nice chest expansion next. We'll take our hands, our fingertips are going to be behind our hips. If you can get the palms to the floor, if that's too much, the hands can come out to the side. We're just going to press down through the palms. And then as we press, lift your heart forward and up. And if it's for you, you can let the head float back or just look where the ceiling meets the wall. Just giving yourself an opportunity to opening up that whole front side of the body, feeling a beautiful stretch. Making any adjustments if the breath is just a little bit ragged. Then gently releasing, we'll release the hands, shake out the wrists. We'll circle around in one direction and then the other. We're going to stretch out across the chest again. This time, we're going to be using the chair. So we're going to take our hands on the back of the chair, and then we're just going to lean forward. We're going to keep the back of the legs on the floor. So you can have your hands down by the frame of the chair, or feel free if you want to bring the arms up a little bit higher to get a little bit more of a stretch. You can also put them on the top of the chair. And we're just going to hang out. We're going to let that heart fold forward. Then if the hands are on top of the chair, we're going to make our way, bringing the hands back down towards the frame, and then bend the elbows and sit up nice and tall. We'll bring the hands down alongside the body. Inhale up and exhale down. And inhale up and exhale down. When the hand comes up next time, right hand is going to take hold of the left wrist. And then we're going to reach the arms up, and then we'll gently guide over towards the right. The sits bones are going to gently press into the chair, and we're just getting a nice little stretch on this whole left side. Then we'll lift up. We can release the hands. The other hand is going to take hold of the right wrist, and then we'll make our way over to the other side. Then we'll lift up, release the hands, and roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Now we're going to come into another twist, a little bit more than the last one that we did. We're going to bring the arms out to the side, and we'll twist to the right. So left hand is going to go on the outside of the thigh. We're going to lift the chest up, and we'll look over that right arm. And the breath is smooth. So that arm is reaching towards that back wall, and you can feel that spine just gently twisting. Breath is smooth, the shoulders are relaxed. On the next breath, we'll lift up that left arm, unwind through center, and then we'll take it over to the other side. As that hand presses on the outside of the leg, the left arm is going to reach towards that back wall. Right arm lifts up. We'll unwind through center, release the arms, hands on thighs, cat-cow curl, round and arch. As we come through center, we're going to stretch out our toes. So near the front edge of the chair, we're going to bring our toes back, heel is lifted, and then you can lean forward, either hands on right or left knee. It doesn't make a difference, But we're going to take those toes and we'll get them from side to side and just sort of stretch them out a little bit. Give them some love from what they do for us day in and day out. They don't complain much, but when they do, they do. So just be kind to them toes. Then we'll go ahead and we'll bring that foot forward. Let's open and close the toes. Then we'll keep the toes open out nice and wide. Spread them as wide as you can. And then we'll try to do a little wave in one direction. And then wave in the other direction. Flexing the foot, single leg forward fold, hands down alongside the body. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach towards the toes. Inhale up and exhale down. Twice more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When that foot comes back in, we'll go ahead and do the other side. So we're going to bring left toes back and we're going to get into that toe stretch. And then leaning forward puts a little bit more weight on it. So just kind of see how you want to stretch those guys out today. And maybe even notice how it's different from right to left foot or even from big toe to little toe. We'll come forward and bring that foot out. We'll open and close those toes. And then we'll wiggle them around in one direction. And then the other direction. Flexing that foot, we'll bring the hands down alongside the body. Inhale up. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale up. And arms out. Twice more. Get all that beautiful energy, bring it in. One more. We'll go ahead and bring that leg in and we'll just open and close the knees. We're going to do a little bit of a circle through our hip joint. So we're going to lean against the back of the chair and we'll bring that right knee up. Right hand can hold on. Left hand can hold on to the chair for support. And we're going to circle that leg around inside the hip joint. You can inhale halfway, exhale halfway. Notice how the range of motion is. Notice if it gets better. Notice if it's a circle, an oblong. And then we'll change direction. We'll circle the other way. Then we'll hold on to that knee. You can bring both hands on that leg to bring it in, draw it towards that shoulder. If it's too intense on that knee, you can hold behind the thigh. And we're just going to give it a nice little hug here. and then release. And then we're going to see if we can bring that knee towards our heart. Just a little, just to the center of the body. And then we'll bring that leg down. We're going to do the same thing other side. We're going to pick up that other leg, left hand on that knee, and then we'll circle that knee around. So the weight of the knee is in the hand. And then just observe how that knee goes all the way around, or the hip, the leg goes all the way around in that hip joint. We'll circle in the other direction. And then we'll hold that knee in. We'll bring it over towards that left shoulder. And then release, and then maybe bring it in towards the heart. And then we'll bring that leg down. We can come up in the chair. We'll open and close those knees again. And then we'll come into our hip stretch. So if you're able to lift that ankle up and over onto that left thigh, that's great. If you're not quite there, you can lean back in the chair, cross at the ankle. If that's enough for you, stay there, or you can slide it up this way. So if need be, you can go ahead and just leave that leg there. So if you're able to have it up on top of the thigh, we're going to take that ankle and just circle around in one direction. And then the other. Then we'll pause the foot. We'll open and close the toes. And then point and flex that foot. Then flexing the foot, we'll sit up nice and tall. And then hinge forward with a straight spine. So just pause until you get to that first oomph. Remember, we're just looking to be kind and gentle to the body today. Maybe notice any micro movements that the body might ask you to do to get you into that spot. Know you can always lift up or go further. Nothing says that you have to stay where you started. Then gently rounding the back if that's for you. The top of the head will point towards the floor. I'm going to keep my hands on my thighs, on my calf, on that right calf. But if someone wants to go a little deeper, maybe reaching the hands down on the outside of the body or in front of that shin, feel free to do so. And just breathe into any tension that you might have in the hip, maybe the lower back, the neck. Let go of the neck as it's trying to hold on to the head. So just let it hang long. And if the hands are dangling, you can bring them back up onto the calf. And then we can press down through the hands and we'll stack up nice and tall. And we'll uncross that leg. Then we'll open and close the legs. Then we'll do the same thing to the other side. So you can take it nice and long, cross that ankle over, slide it up, and then come away from the back of the chair. That foot, we can open and close the toes, circle around in one direction, and then the other. Point and flex that foot. Then we'll flex that foot nice and tall. And then again, we'll hinge forward with the straight spine. We're looking to bring our heart forward. That allows us to keep that back a little bit straighter. And we can target in the hip. You can come in or go a little bit deeper on that pose just so that you can make it your own and make it nice and gentle. Then rounding the spine if you'd like. And just letting the head hang, breath smooth. If you'd like the hands to dangle alongside the body or in front of that left shin, feel free to do so. The hands are dangling, we'll put them back up onto the calf. Use the hands to press into that leg as we stack up nice and tall. And then we'll take that foot off. And again, we'll just open and close the knees. And if you'd like, go ahead and get a drink of water right now. And we'll do a couple of things in a standing position today. Of course, just nice and gentle. If standing is not for you, you can stay seated in the chair. But if you'd like to stand, we're going to come to the right side of the chair. We'll do our basic mountain pose, all 10 toes pointing forward. We're going to roll the shoulders up, back, and down and turn the palms facing forward and just elongate through the body and breathe. Feel the openness in the heart. Feel the space between the joints. And maybe even imagine just getting taller. Imagine that vastness between the joints. Nice, steady breath. And we'll do our second variation, arms up, shoulders down, and we'll just close the fingers. Heart is still open. On the next breath, bring hands together and thumbs to heart. Now with the hand, we're going to release the hands. And what we're going to do next is you're going to have your hand on your chair, and we're going to take our left foot directly behind the right foot. Okay, so not off to the side. We're going to put the foot directly behind, and our hips are going to be forward. And very gently, you're going to imagine there's a pane of glass, one in front and one behind. And the hips, you're just going to see if you can slide them towards the chair. So there's a little muscle here. It's called a TFL. And if it is tight, you might kind of feel that right now. So we're not going to force it. The feet are on the floor. So, if you have one side of your foot that's trying to come up, just keep the feet down on the floor. And it's just a gentle stretch. And then we'll release. We'll bring that left foot to meet the right. We're going to go over to the other side. So now the right foot is going to go behind the left. And then as you're ready, you're just going to shift the hips in. So it's not even about taking that upper body over. We're not looking to make like a big half moon. We're just looking to shift the hips. So there might not be very much movement with that upper body at all. And just breathe. Notice if there is a difference from side to side. Maybe one side's tight, the other one's not, or maybe you don't feel it much at all. But just breathe into it and feel. And then release. We'll bring the feet side by side. We'll go back over to the right side. And on the right side this time, now we're going to add a little bit more of the upper body. We're going to keep our feet side by side, hand on chair if needed. We're going to take that right arm up, shoulders down. We'll kick out through the hips, and then the upper body can make its way over towards the center of the chair. I'll give you a couple of variations as we're here. We are pressing down equally through both feet. And maybe an option might be to open up the chest. Now, if you have shoulder issues, that hand can come across the front if that's bothering you. Another option here is I'm going to come back through center, and then I'll rotate towards the chair. Lift back up through center, and then bring that arm down, shake out the legs, and we'll go to the other side. So feet side by side. I'm going to hold on to the chair for support, left arm up, and then I'll kick the hips out, lift and reach over towards the center of the chair. So check in at first just to see if your hips are equally distanced towards the front. Then maybe open up towards the sky. Maybe turn in towards the chair. Then we'll come back through center. We'll lift that arm up, and again, we'll shake the legs out. So I'm going to turn my chair to the side for this next one. We're just going to do a gentle down dog. So the hands are going to be on top of the chair, giant step back with both feet, and then you're going to hinge the hips back and let the heart reach towards the floor. We want to stretch out through that whole back side of the body. Shoulders are relaxed. Again, if there's shoulder issues, you can just let that arm dangle. We'll hold here for 3 more big, beautiful, deep breaths. The hips are reaching to where the ceiling meets the wall. Then the next breath, we're going to bend the knees. We'll walk in towards the chair, stack up tall, and we'll make our way back into the chair. If you'd like another drink of water, feel free to have some water. We're going to come back to that chest expansion that we did a little bit earlier. We'll do the chest expansion and then we'll add on, if you'd like, a reverse table. So we'll start once again with our fingers just behind the buttocks. We're going to press down through the palms and then we'll lift the heart up towards the sky. Then releasing the chest, we can release the hands and we'll shake out the hands. And we're going to add on coming into reverse table. So with reverse table, you want to make sure that your ankles are directly underneath your knees. We're going to bring those hands back again and we'll press down through the hands, press down through the feet, press the pelvis up to the sky. Up to you how far you go, up to you how long you stay up. You can either look forward or where the ceiling meets the wall or let the head float back, whatever feels right. And then we'll slowly lower down, release the hands. We're going to interlace the fingers together. And then we're just going to take those hands and just kind of like a little figure 8, we'll put them in circles. And then we'll go in the other direction. Pausing the hands, we're going to open wide, press back. Just imagine as if someone is gently pressing those palms back. Then we're going to bring the hands in front, turn the thumbs down, and we're going to take the right arm over the left and just interlace. And we'll just take a gentle twist over towards the right side. Unwind through center. We'll take that journey over to the other side, finding your edge where the breath is smooth. Come back through center. We'll straighten out the fingers, uncross, thumbs up, open wide once again. And then when we come back in, thumbs down, this time left hand over right and interlace. And then we'll take it over to the left side. Coming through center, we'll take it over to the other side. Unwind through center. We can release the fingers, bring the hands down. Give yourself a nice little rolling of the shoulders up, back, and down. When the shoulders come down, we'll bring our right ear towards our right shoulder. And if it feels right for you today, you can bring your hand on top and gently guide that ear over to the right shoulder. Now the left hand can stay where it is or maybe open up the thumb towards the wall. Maybe reach that arm back towards the back wall. So we want to look for our yumminess in this. Something that you can smile inside rather than grimace. Let's release that left arm. We can release the right. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And we'll take it to the other side. So left ear, left shoulder. And we can bring the hand on and just a nice little stretch. The opposite arm can reach down or open the thumb out or gently reach back. Lots of places to go. See where you land. Then we can release that right arm, release the left. And when the head comes back up, we're going to tick-tock it over from side to side. As the head comes back to center, we're going to use our palm of the right hand around the temple and a little isometric move. I'm going to press my palm into the head into the palm. Might get a little free adjustment along the way. It's nothing really hard. And release. We'll do the same thing on the left side, palm towards the temple or the side of the head and gently press. And release. We can interlace the fingers, bring them behind the head, and we'll gently press the head into the hands into the head. And release. Either palm on the forehead, gently pressing the hand into the forehead into the hand. And release. Chin will draw down towards the chest. We'll let it roll over towards that right shoulder and then down over towards the left. And we'll let that head rock from side to side. Inhale one way, exhale the other. As the chin comes back to the chest, we'll stack up nice and tall. We'll bring our hands out and we're going to take our thumb and we're going to see if we can touch the base of the pinky and then pointer finger down near the palm, and same thing with the middle, ring, and pinky. So thumb across and then pointer, middle, ring, pinky. One more time. Then we'll shake that out. We're going to bring our hands out again, and we're going to take the top pads of the fingers, and we're going to see just to touch the top of the palm and then slide them down and then straighten. So this is going to really stretch out through those fingers. So we go to the top, slide down and up, top, slide down. Very nice. Now we're going to see if we can take those pads and go all the way down and then slide up. If you can get all the way down to the base of the palm. Then we'll shake out those fingers and thumb. Interlace the fingers. We're going to press forward and then round the back. Then lift up a gentle arch to the back. And round. One more. Lift up, opening up the heart. And round. Then we can release the hands. Our final pose will be Savasana for today. So we're going to lean against the back of the chair. We can take our legs out long, and then arms will reach overhead and reach the arms away from the legs, giving yourself a nice full body stretch. Maybe reaching the right arm away from the left leg and then the left arm away from the right leg. Then hands can release onto the chair for support, press up, and then we'll slide all the way back into the chair as we get ready for Savasana. So if you want to put on a jacket, or if you have like a little throw that you want to put on, or just your clothes, get nice and comfortable. Feel free if you want to put that block underneath your feet as well. And then we're just going to lean against the back of the chair. We'll turn our palms up. Gently flutter the eyes close. Filling the breath as it draws in and out of the body. Feeling the breath come into the belly, into the ribs, into the tips of the clavicle. Exhaling out of the clavicle, out of the ribs, out of the belly. With each exhalation, just feel the body let go. Soften in the toes, the arches of the feet. Letting go in the calves, the hamstrings, the quadriceps. Releasing in the buttocks, the pelvis, the lower back, the middle back, the upper back. Softening through the chest, the heart, the shoulders. Allowing the arms and all the limbs of the body just to let go. Releasing through the neck, the jaw, the ears, the cheekbones, the eye sockets, the forehead, even the hair on the head. With each exhalation, let it go. And today, reading from Daily Meditations, number 299. Many go fishing all their lives without knowing that it is not the fish that they are after. Feel the breath as it draws in and out of the body. Awakening inside through maybe wiggling the fingers or toes, or if a stretch feels just right. Scanning the body to see what might be different or the same from when you walked into your practice today. Thanking the body for all that it's done and all that it will continue to do. We'll close our practice with 3 rounds of Om, taking an inhalation to prepare. Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Bringing the hands together and bowing our heads to honor the light and love within us, and to honor that same light and love that connects each and every one of us. Namaste. So thank you so much for joining me in your practice today, and just wishing you a very nice rest of the day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.